Hey Sam, look at this.
It's really small.
It's not that small.
3 inches.
It's a bit bigger than that.
Hard.
It doesn't have to be hard. Anyway, what do you think?
I love everything about it.
That's what she said. Welcome to the channel, guys. In a previous video, I was introduced to the world of mini RC racing when I reviewed the exotic XC324, and then I decided to go out and get myself one of these. This is a Mini Z ready to run rear wheel drive, and it's really fast. So I thought. But then I found this one. This is the MR03 Evo. Comes brushless, you pair it with your motor, and this one was really fast. And so I thought. And that was until I discovered this little guy. This is my GLR GT open chassis professional mini RC racing set. Now this one was the bee's knees. And since then I've been racing, well, not competitively, but just for fun on an RCP track, and I've improved my skills a little bit, and now GL Racing have brought out a new kid on the block. Now this is the new GTR from GL Racing. Comes packaged in this nice little box, has some features of what to expect from the kit. Let's take a look inside. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, like all professional kits, it comes in a million pieces and you're gonna have to build it yourself. So let's get cracking. And boom, there it is, guys, the new GL Racing GTR. It wasn't too hard to build. The instruction manuals, which you can download online, were pretty clear. You will need some basic tools, a soldering iron and a couple of hex drivers. Do note the kit does not come with any electronics, but I have opted for a 3500 GL Racing KV motor, the GL Racing servo. Also, I've got the GL Racing Sanwa compatible receiver in here. I've added my transponder. There are a few optional pieces here like the brass chassis. I do have the optional servo saver in here. I do have the optional servo mount in here. Now this is not required, but it does help with some cable management, especially if you're using the GL connector like I am. So what's different about this to the previous GT? Well, first of all, it's very low center of gravity. The thing is basically flat. I can turn this upside down and still be able to roll my wheels along a flat surface. This is the lowest center of gravity ever on any GL Racing car. The new design allows for dual servo arms as opposed to the single servo arm previously. We have the front 8 arms on ball joints now. There is an optional roll bar that you can buy, which I have not yet installed. For this build I am using a 14 tooth pinion, and I've paired that with the stock 53 tooth spur gear. I am using 0 offset wheels front and rear. On the front I am using the GL Racing 19-degree tyre. On the back I have the marker 10-degree tyres. Maybe I'll switch that to a 5-degree later, but let's see how this one runs first. Suspension springs I am using green at the front. Centre I'm using the stock yellow spring, and for the rear suspension, blue springs. A little tip regarding the suspension: you want to preload the springs when you install those, and you do not want any droop on this. For today's run I have set 0 tow in. I'm going to see how that works first with this new chassis. Maybe we'll need to tow it in or tow it out later. Now the good news is that this chassis is running a 98mm wheelbase, which means you can use those Kyosho Mini Z bodies that everybody loves so much, and luckily I have a couple of those lying around. Oh wait, fuck, I threw those out. Lucky for me, I do have one of these limited edition Porsche GT3 bodies here, so I'm just going to have to use this one. Now enough of me waffling, let's get this thing to the track and see how it performs. Let's see if it's really better than the previous GT. Okay, so I'm at the track, so let's give this GL Racing GTR a little run on this track and see how fast I can go. Now, previously I was running about 13 seconds, just shy of 12 seconds on this track. With this new car, let's see if I can do better. So what I am finding with this new GTR is a lot smoother coming out of the corners. I'm not getting as much an oversteer as I was previously. I think for an intermediate driver or a beginner driver even, this is going to be a better chassis over the previous GT. I reckon I am getting faster lap times than I did previously, but we'll see after my practice run. Yeah, so far I'm liking this chassis, great improvements. That's my practice lap over with this new GL Racing GTR. I'll show you what time I got, guys. And it's a good one, I tell you. Previously I got about 13.03. My new lap time is 12.056. And I got that within lap 16. So guys, new GL Racing GTR. I've cut almost a whole second off my previous lap time, and I'm a beginner. If you're a pro, then I definitely suggest you need one of these. You're going to give yourself an edge at the track. If you're a beginner, then yes, you're going to need some help building it. You're going to need some general tools, but I definitely recommend this one. Now that was my insider review on this new GL Racing GTR. What do you think, guys? I found it faster than the previous GT, much better handling, much lower center of gravity, it's great on turns. This thing is brilliant for a beginner into 128, 127 scale racing or an intermediate driver. Now pros, you're going to love this thing. Now if you want to buy this new GL Racing GTR, there is a link down below to the GL Racing website, or you can contact your local hobby shop. Just be reminded you will need some general knowledge on how to build an RC kit. Now if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. In the meanwhile, feel free to enjoy one of these.